Well, good morning, everybody. It's currently Wednesday morning. This is something I hope to do a bit more often, morning weather briefing. So I've got my cup of joe, hope you're ready, and we'll take you through some of the bigger weather stories in the next couple of days. We start out with a big wind machine in the upper Midwest and the Ohio Valley. Low pressure is wrapping up quickly. We'll see strong winds, heavy rain, parts of the Ohio Valley and Great Lakes states. See these tightly packed black lines or isobars indicate areas where the winds are cranking. The gradient between low pressure over the Ohio Valley and high pressure over Manitoba and western Ontario, Canada, back into the plains. There's your pressure gradient, there's your winds. And so that rain will just keep wrapping around into the Great Lakes. It'll also track up into the northeast before being shunted off into maritime Canada. And then as we look at later on tonight into tomorrow, the low will quickly decay and head into Canada, and its pressure gradient will relax. So if you can hang in there for one day on the winds, it should be more relaxed tomorrow. So let's look at wind speeds now. What I'm looking at is a model plot from rightweather.com. The reds and the purples show the strongest forecast sustained winds. This is by Thursday morning. You can see the fetch of winds coming almost due south across Lake Michigan. So we'll see some pretty amazing waves, similar to what we saw about 3 weeks ago. If you're in Michigan City, Indiana, and head to Lakeshore, you should see some impressive wave action. They have Lakeshore flood warnings for Chicago, high wind warnings for Milwaukee and Chicago. So impressive fetch off of Lake Michigan and also off of Lake Huron into the northeast lakeshore of lower Michigan, and also off of Lake Superior as well. Pretty impressive winds there. Oh, by the way, there happens to be a World Series game tonight. It's game one of the World Series in St. Louis, and yes, weather may be somewhat of an impact there. In fact, you can type in your hourly forecast at weather.com, type in your city, pull up your hourly forecast, and you can see temperatures in the 40s with some rain forecast, light rain. So you might have a delay in St. Louis tonight for that game. Now, how much rain is going to fall? Here's our rainfall forecast map. In the yellows here, you see parts of Michigan from the Thumb all the way down through, say, Grand Rapids and Lansing into, say, Fort Wayne, Indiana. Some of those areas could approach 3 inches or more of total rainfall from this October storm in the Midwest. Areas in the dark green shading you see into the northeast, including New York City, Boston, could see over an inch of rain from that particular storm. You know, by the way, it's going to be rather chilly behind this storm. Look at the forecast lows tonight. We've got 20s all the way down to Kansas. Temperatures approaching freezing as far south as Oklahoma City. 30s into the deep south. Boy, that's a big harbinger of fall if ever there is one. And as a result, we have frost and freeze advisories. In fact, we have freeze warnings as far south as the Red River of Oklahoma and Texas for tonight. And freeze warnings include the Ozarks, southern Missouri, Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, and even into the Texas Panhandle. But if you thought this was cold this week, now this is a model forecast plot starting at the present time. And the color shadings are intuitive here. So the blues show the colder air, and the hotter shades show the warmer air. And this is generally air above a couple thousand feet above the ground, but it gives a proxy as to what we expect as far as cold air mass. So there's the cold wrapping around the big low Thursday, and then the low lifts away, the cold air becomes a bit stale. But watch this cold dump as we go into next week, coming out from Canada right about in here, starting about Tuesday, just plunges into the upper Midwest, and wow, look at those cold temperatures, the deep blues and even some purples there, showing what we call 850 millibar temperatures, about minus 15 by about the middle of next week. So if you thought this was cold, man, just wait until next week. This will be the coldest air of the season in the Great Lakes, Ohio Valley, and possibly into the south. Thanks, everybody. Have a good day.